swipe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to 2K Sports. Damon Bruce here. It's Tuesday Hoops, and it's next. It'll be LeBron James and the Miami Heat facing off against Jason Kidd and the Dallas Mavericks. And now we send you out to Dallas for the opening tip-off. Kevin Harlan standing by courtside.
It's the Mavericks in Dallas, Texas for a little interconference action here at the American Airlines Center. 2K Sports brings you this broadcast of the NBA. This is Kevin Harlan, and with me, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. So the opening lineup for the Heat, Wade and LeBron fill out the wings. Chris Bosh is out there with Joel Anthony, and it's Chalmers in at the point. And for Dallas, Dirk Nowitzki and Tyson Chandler in the middle. Jason Kidd is out there with Rudy Fernandez. And it's Butler in at the small forward.
Well, the West has long been considered the stronger of the two conferences in the NBA. But Miami, with its revamped roster, really had no problem beating Western Conference foes last year.
So Dallas will get the first possession. Outside Kidd. There's the pick. Dishes it to Chandler. Passes to Fernandez. From past the arc, Chris Bosh with the rebound. You're right, Steve, going back to Miami in the West, 20-10 against that Western Conference. That was kind of a rarity.
Yeah, Kevin, and if you compare their numbers against the West versus the East, the Heat had a much easier time putting up points against the Western Conference opponent.
Hits the bucket. Here's Kidd. Back to Butler. Wade is covering. Goes straight up. Anthony with the block. And Miami has possession. Let's send it out to Doris Burke, who caught up with head coach Rick Carlisle. Doris?
Well, he told me that creating chances against a defense like this is difficult for any team, and he knows they'll have to get creative to get open looks. He added, though, that every defense has holes and flaws that can be exploited, and he thinks he might have found some soft spots to attack. Guys?
Terrific, Doris. Thanks. They put a lot of thought into how they're going to match up against the opposing defense, guys.
Well, one of the things you got to do here, Kevin, and Steve, you can't afford empty possessions against this team. You've got to put the ball in the basket.
Yeah, that's for sure, Clark. You got to make them count because you know you're not going to get a lot of open looks. So make sure you make the defense move the ball, try to get good looks, and make them pay.
Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Terry comes in for Rudy Fernandez. And a switch here also for Miami. Haslam's checked in. And he makes both free throws.
You know, guys, Dallas kind of gets slept on in terms of playoff action because they've been so disappointed in recent years, but they worked hard all season, and the hard work has its reward.
Great perspective. Dallas again missing. On offense, here are the Heat. LeBron kicks to Chalmers. He's picked up by Kidd. He dishes it to Wade. Shot clock at 6. Goes up on the wing, and that one's good. Wade's got his first basket of the night. Clark, back to Dallas. They weren't really talked about as a contender, and some even had him losing to Portland in the first round. Then, Steve, that Los Angeles upset, that sweep got everybody's attention.
Sure did. They took the first 2 games in L.A., then they blew out the Lakers in Game 4 to finish off the sweep. Just an incredible series, and I think that was the series that was the springboard for Dallas into the finals and past the Miami Heat. When they beat the Lakers, Dallas knew they could win the whole thing.
Chalmers with it. Haslam, a screen on Butler. Now, here's Chalmers. And Bosh backs down. Second chance shot. And the rebound goes to Jason Terry. Mavericks trailed by 4. Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
Yeah, this is like a clinic out there, guys. This is exactly how you attack a defense. Move the ball, sharp cuts, and really a nice pace to their offense.
And the first one drops. Both teams will make substitutions. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here is House. Now the dish to Wade. Misses there. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Heat out front. They're up by 2.
Yeah, the defense has been terrific. They came out right from the beginning, alert and focused, and they've been really good at that end of the floor.
And I think the coach has to be pleased with the effort on that end of the floor. It's been very good.
And we'll see you in just a moment. Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. Here is House.
Jason Terry has had such a consistently productive career. He now has 11 straight campaigns where he's averaged better than 12 points per game. So he's a guy who you know what you're going to get from each and every.
Oh, and the jam by LeBron. Check it out here again with the Sprite Slam Cam.
Well, he took that one to the rack with some purpose.
I'll say beautiful dunk there, Steve.
Yeah, how about the agility? Just the power and the skill. Impressive. Well, the big story, of course, a year ago for Miami was the formation of the big three, LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. And although it took some time for those three to click, eventually they figured it out.
Here is Barea. Over House. Barea, no good. Steve, back to what you said about Miami. They struggled out of the gate. They were 9-8, but after a rough November, they kicked it on in December. And Clark, I think really the game that kind of spun them around was their first LeBron appearance in Cleveland in a win early December against the Cavs.
Yeah, that was an impressive win. I recall that was almost like an NBA Finals type atmosphere in terms of the media attention and so forth. But in that month, they went 15-1 and really seemed to find their rhythm and, quite honestly, never looked back.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Kevin, different approaches work for different players. Some players can lose focus or get distracted if they are playing with a chip on their shoulder. But Dwayne Wade is the opposite. He plays better when angry. As Chris Bosh said, he plays good angry when he's got that edge to him. It's nice to watch when you have the same jersey. It's not as much fun when you're on the other team. There are plenty of other teams who are accustomed to seeing Dwayne Wade angry, guys.
Thanks for that, Doris. You can see when Wade feels he gets wrong, he gets better.
Well, when players of his caliber get motivated like that, there really isn't much you can do to slow them down.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game.
Fellas, it's no secret that Dallas isn't afraid to spend or go into the luxury tax, but in their march to get better, they haven't been very careful with the contracts they've given out.
And the Mavericks with some changes. Dirk Nowitzki's checked in for Fernandez. Butler comes in for Jason Terry. And Jason Kidd has subbed in for J.J. Barea. Then for the Heat, Chris Bosh is checked in for Haslem. Wade comes in for LeBron. And it's Chalmers in for Eddie House. 1:27 left in the first half of the game. Shots good by Butler. Back to what you said about the Mavs, it seems they can't find the right center to fit them, and they keep giving out dubious contracts. And Stephen, you know as well as anybody being in the front office, and Clark, you too at the Pacers. I mean, it's 50-50 a lot of times.
Yeah.
You just don't know what you're going to get.
Yeah, you've got to manage those acorns.
Steve?
Yeah, the personnel decisions are always difficult, especially when it comes to big money deals. But I thought Tyson Chandler really solidified that center position for Dallas last year.
Outside Kidd. And it's Miller picking him up. 6 to shoot. Fires at the elbow. Miami grabs the miss.
Solid advantage in the rebounding totals for them so far here.
You know, in every game, but particularly in a close game, every little advantage you can use helps, and they're certainly enjoying one on the glass here.
Wade gets the bucket.
He has such a calm demeanor, but he locks in, takes his time, and finishes.
Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at him.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
Feeds it to Chalmers. The three, no good. And the first half is now in the books. And we'll be back momentarily live from Dallas.
Glad to have you with us this Tuesday night for the HP Halftime Report. The Heat are doing very well so far. Phenomenal work on the defensive glass. They're boxing out. They're hauling it in every time. And a tough matchup, but the Mavericks are staying afloat. They just can't seem to get on a roll, can't get going, kind of stalled right from tip-off. And that'll do it for us here. Let's get you back out to Kevin Harlan and the 2K broadcasting crew for the second half.
Welcome back to Dallas, Texas, and tonight's game here at the glistening American Airlines Center. Gorgeous night here in Texas. Here's LeBron, 6-point game.
Well, Miami had such a turbulent season last year as far as the drama that surrounded that team. But they were consistent and steady on the road, and they ended up with the best away record in the Eastern Conference.
Dirk Nowitzki and Tyson Chandler in the middle. Rudy Fernandez out there with Jason Kidd, and it's Butler in at the 3. That's the lineup out there for the Mavericks. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2. And back to Miami, you know, Clark, road trips aren't easy when you're the villains of the NBA, and there's no doubt that wanted poster in the NBA has got a picture of that Miami threesome up there, huh?
I agree, no doubt about it. But I think that also helped them come together. You know, teams typically do a good job of bonding when they're on the road. That us against them mentality, nobody fool you. And quite honestly, really good teams and players enjoy winning on the road more than they do even winning at home.
And both free throws good for LeBron.
Dallas really played a lot of zone defense last year, and I thought it worked out well for them, especially with the personnel they brought in. Tyson Chandler manning the paint really helped that club.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kevin, one of the staples of the Heat's success last season was their defense. LeBron said, we start with defense, and if we get stops, then it's open court for us. Perhaps the biggest part of their success was their intensity and athleticism on the defensive end, turning into transition points on the offensive end. They are fearsome on the break, guys. Back to you.
All right, Doris.
Make no mistake about it. They were an incredible team on defense last season.
Yeah, no question about that. They finally were broken in that final series against Dallas, but throughout the playoffs until the finals, Miami's defense was spectacular.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Steve, back to Dallas. Sometimes a team needs to find an identity on defense, and they found that last year with the zone. That was a little clever trick, Clark Kellogg, that Rick Carlisle, the coach of the Mavs, inserted in that team.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, the zone, it fit their personnel. You can't overlook the impact that Tyson Chandler has had on their defense.
Here, Haywood's checked in, and the Heat making a change here as well. Udonis Haslem, he's checked in for Joel Anthony. Here's LeBron. He has 6. Back to Bosh, working on Haywood. From the baseline, and that one's good by Bosh. Bosh has got 6 points.
And Chris Bosh, not really a traditional low-post scorer. His strength lies in his face-up game. He'll turn and use his quickness to get around bigger defenders and get to the rim.
Good look. And the shot is good from Nowitzki. He's got 5.
Boy, he really used his height there.
He sure did, Steve. I mean, a nice touch on that shot.
You know, speaking of Bosh's quick first step, Clark, he also has a great mid-range jump shot. And that's a tough choice if you're going to defend him.
Yeah, it really is. And I think early last season, he may have settled for his jump shot a little too often. But again, getting acclimated to where he was. And obviously your personnel affects how you try to play, especially when your team's top scorer and rebounder. He was being more aggressive trying to get inside. And, you know, I think that at the end of the season, that really gave him a boost.
LeBron passes to Chalmers. Fade away. Haywood grabs the board.
Well, neither team has really gained an edge rebounding-wise here, and the score reflects that.
Well, if one team can start hitting the boards harder, I mean, it'll give them a good chance to pull away.
For three, Kidd. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Now just a 2-point Heat lead. Here's Wade. 26 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Clock at 6. The Heat need to get a shot off. Haywood with the block. Got it off in time. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. It's more NBA coming your way. We're still getting underway here in the fourth. Let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark of the game report. Doris?
Hey guys, our Sprite Spark in this game, LeBron James. He's been a major factor here with his intensity and effort on the floor. You can see his team feeding off him as they head into the fourth and final period, guys.
Great stuff, Doris. Thank you. What a spark, Clark, he has given them.
Yeah, we've been watching him the whole game, and he's been all over the place.
You can't say enough about his efforts tonight, guys. He's really put his team on his shoulders today.
On the floor for Miami, Bosh and LeBron both on the floor. House is out there with Dwayne Wade, and it's Haslam in at the power forward. Nowitzki for three, gets the bucket. Nowitzki's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the man. Here is House. He feeds it to Wade. The second effort. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. It's on Tyson Chandler.
Great awareness by fouling on that layup. Make him earn 2 points.
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer. I mean, send him to the line instead of giving up an easy 2.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Wade.
As if there was any question, Kev. He's just not fazed by the pressure. He stays focused and always makes big plays.
Yeah, I see him.
And here's Barea. And Nowitzki backs in. The fader. Chris Bosh with the rebound.
Did you see his balance there? Guys really faded away. I think that's why he missed.
House dishes to Wade. And LeBron throws it down hard.
A superb alley-oop there. Prime time play.
Well, they had that one standing by, just waiting to pull it out.
Yeah, there's definitely a sense of understanding between those two teammates, that's for sure.
Dallas calls timeout. They're losing by 3. 1:49 left in the fourth. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Rick Carlisle was saying to the team. He sounded incredibly confident given the situation they're in. He said, all right, I hope they're not counting us out yet because we are going to win this game. Guys, we'll see if his players believe him.
Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Dallas. Marion comes in for Karan Butler. Now Barea. Wade against Terry. Haywood kicks to Terry. There's the three. Chandler is tagged with the loose ball foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Heat leading by 3. Chalmers with it. LeBron against Marion. And again, it's LeBron James. LeBron's now got 4 points this quarter.
Just adds to what has already been a great day for him.
Wade against Terry. Wade gets a hand on it, but they recover it. Ball's knocked loose. Here is Barea. Over Chalmers. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. And now we've got the intentional foul.
They're going to try to make him earn it from the line there, Kevin. Very interesting strategy.
First personal foul, third team foul. At the line for the Heat, Joel Anthony taking 2 shots.
Gets the first. That increases their lead to 6. And the Mavericks with some changes. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Haywood. Butler comes in for Sean Marion. And Jason Kidd has subbed in for J.J. Barea. Chris Bosh has checked in for the Heat. Gets them both, and it's a 7-point ball game.
Big foul there. Hits the clutch free throws and adds their lead.
Nowitzki outside. Will it go? It's good! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
You know, that part of the floor, guys, is more or less his real sweet spot, right in his wheelhouse.
Timeout called, the Heat. They're up by 5. We've got 28 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Udonis Haslem is checked in for the Heat.
Big dog, run through the zone like Chris Paul. I'm somewhere, I'm out high like Carmelo when the Knicks call. You be roll.
We've got 28 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And that's an intentional foul.
Jason Kidd. That's his first personal foul, 4th team foul. Shooting for Miami, Dwayne Wade. 2 shots.
Sinks the first one, and that increases their lead to 6. Two for 2, and it's a 7-point ball game. Here's Kidd.
Yeah, looks like this one's out of reach.
Yep, just a matter of the clock running out now.
Nowitzki against Haslem. Bosh against Chandler. Butler buries it.
Made that one look easy, didn't they?
9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And an intentional foul right there. Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. Perfect from the line, and it's a 7-point ball game. And the Mavericks call time here. They're trailing by 7. 9 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what do you think?
Well, they're not going to win this game, but at least you want to finish it out strong.
Well, there's no quit in them, that's for sure, Steve. Certainly can give them credit for that.
Here's Kidd. Pass to Nowitzki. Back to Kidd. From deep. The shot is off. And so it's Miami winning this one. It was a solid win, Clark.
Yeah, it was, and I think it came down to will more than skill. They went out and got this one.
And that about wraps it up for Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now, Jordan presents our player of the game, Dwayne Wade.